For some Minnesotans, burning wood to heat their home is a time-honored tradition and a way to save on heating bills. For others, a backyard campfire may conjure up a romantic or nostalgic ambiance. But wood smoke is not healthy to breathe. Wood smoke contains toxic chemicals and harmful microscopic particles. Indoor and outdoor exposures to pollution emitted from wood-burning appliances and campfires can pose a threat to the appliance owners and their neighbors. For those who choose to burn wood, it is important that only dry firewood is used. Burning dry wood will reduce the amount of harmful pollution emitted. The following video provides information about how to properly cut, stack, and dry firewood.
Dense hardwoods like maple and oak have a higher energy content per cord, so they release more heat per firebox load. They also produce long-lasting fires and coal beds. That's why hardwoods have traditionally been considered the preferred firewood, especially in central and eastern Canada. But most people who heat with wood in the coldest parts of Canada have only softwoods like spruce and pine to burn, and they still manage to stay warm. Softer woods like pine, spruce, and poplar are less dense, burn faster, and do not produce the long-lasting coal bed when burned. Softwoods make excellent fuel for spring and fall when heat demand is lower. Also, the newer advanced technology wood stoves, fireplaces, and furnaces can function well with a wider variety of wood species because of their better control over the combustion process than older conventional stoves. You may wonder why I cut my firewood so short. I like to be able to load my wood north-south in the firebox or east-west, depending on the kind of fire I'm building. North-south for high-output, long-burning fires for overnight in cold weather, and east-west for low-output, long-burning fires for overnight in the spring and fall. In general, commercial firewood is not split small enough for today's smaller stoves. Most commercial wood is about this size. For my stove, and for almost all modern stoves, this piece should be split again to be the right size for convenient stoking. After being exposed to the sun and breezes all summer, the wood should be fully seasoned. That means its moisture content has been reduced from the 35 to 50% it contained when it was first cut, down to the 15 to 20% that's about right for firewood. You can judge the dryness of firewood in a number of ways. One way is to look for checks or cracks in the end grain. Theoretically, the bigger the cracks, the drier the wood, but that's not always a reliable indicator. Also, wood darkens as it ages, going from white or cream to yellow and gray. Finally, seasoned wood sounds hollow and green wood sounds dull when struck. The ultimate test, though, is to burn some. If it hisses in the fire, it's too wet. And if you see bubbles coming from the end grain, it's way too wet to burn. Here's my winter firewood storage. It's the space under a deck with a roof to shed rainwater. Winter storage should be close enough to the house to be convenient and fully sheltered from rain and snow. You might wonder why I don't stack the wood here in the spring after cutting and splitting. It sure would cut down on the amount of work involved. But the fact is, if I jammed green wood close together like this, out of the sun and wind, it wouldn't dry over the summer. It might even start to mold and decay before it dried. So despite all the work involved, wood must be dried in the open and then moved to the woodshed in the fall. It's also not a good idea to put the whole winter supply in the basement, because having that much wood inside can affect indoor air quality. This is especially true if the wood is still damp or has some mold or fungus on it, which some firewood does.